Welcome back to Limitless Mentality, where we discuss profound psychological truths to help you improve your life. Today, we're diving into something that hits hard, but builds stronger people. Messing up, failing, and making decisions you wish you could take back. But here's the twist. Some of the most important life lessons aren't taught in classrooms or books. They're earned in pain, regret, and reflection. If you've ever asked yourself, why did I have to learn this the hard way? This video is for you. Here are 13 brutal life lessons you only understand after you screw up. And trust me, they'll change the way you see failure forever. Lesson number 1. Rock bottom doesn't destroy you, it reveals you. When everything falls apart, you meet a version of yourself you didn't know existed. You stop pretending, you stop performing, and you realize how much of your life was built on comfort, not strength. Screwing up strips away your identity, and that's where you build the real one. Not on achievements, but on resilience. Lesson number 2. Not everyone is supposed to stay in your life. Failure has a way of clearing the room. When you lose status, money, or influence, people vanish. You start to see who was truly for you and who was just there for the perks. It's painful, but necessary. Because the ones who stay, they're your real circle. Everyone else? Just background noise. Lesson number 3. Time doesn't fix anything unless you do. We love to say, just give it time, but time alone doesn't heal. If you don't actively reflect, change, or take responsibility, you'll still be in the same place a year from now, just more tired and bitter. Time only works if you do. Lesson number 4. Your ego will keep you stuck longer than any failure. One of the hardest pills to swallow is this. You weren't defeated by the failure. You were defeated by your refusal to admit you were wrong. Ego makes you defensive. Growth demands vulnerability. You either stay loyal to your pride or your progress. You can't have both. Lesson number 5. You don't get to hit reset, only reroute. When you mess up, there's no rewind button. You can't undo the damage, but you can reroute. You can pivot. And sometimes, your new direction ends up being better than your original plan. Screw-ups don't erase your future. They just force you to design it more consciously. Lesson number 6. People care less about what you did and more about how you made them feel. You start to realize that success isn't enough if the people around you feel neglected, disrespected, or unheard. When things go wrong, your behavior, not your achievements, is what people remember. You can build an empire and still lose everything if you fail to connect with others on a human level. Lesson number 7. Sorry doesn't mean anything without changed behavior. We all say, I'm sorry. But after screwing up, you realize people aren't listening to your words anymore. They're watching your actions, consistency, humility, and effort. That's what earns trust back, not empty apologies. Lesson number 8. You're not defined by your mistakes, but you are accountable for them. It's easy to get stuck in guilt or deflect blame. But here's the truth. Your screw-up doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human. The defining factor is what you do next. Deny it? Or take full responsibility, face the discomfort, and make things right. Lesson number 9. Forgiveness isn't about them. It's about releasing yourself. Holding on to resentment might feel like control, but really, it chains you to the past. When you mess up, you might need to forgive others or yourself. Either way, forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing the emotional grip that's holding your growth hostage. Lesson number 10. Actions have consequences, whether you admit them or not. You can rationalize, justify, pretend it wasn't that bad. But deep down, your mind knows, and so do the people affected. There's no shortcut around consequences. The sooner you take responsibility, the faster you start rebuilding what you broke. Lesson number 11. The most transformational growth comes from pain. You don't evolve through smooth sailing. You evolve when you're forced to sit in discomfort, face your own flaws, and rebuild from the inside out. Failure wakes you up. It shakes you. And if you pay attention, it teaches you everything you were too comfortable to learn. Lesson number 12. Pride will keep you isolated. Humility builds bridges. When you mess up, pride makes you push people away. You don't want to admit you were wrong. You don't want to look weak. But the longer you stay in that space, the more isolated you become. Humility, on the other hand, reopens the door. It says, I don't have all the answers, but I'm willing to grow. Lesson number 13. Sometimes losing what you wanted is the only way to find what you needed. There are moments when you lose something you thought you couldn't live without, and it hurts deeply. But in time, you realize that loss made space. Space for something real, something aligned. Sometimes the only way to win is to lose the illusion first. Here's the truth. Every failure, every mess up, every painful turning point carries a hidden lesson. Not the kind of lesson you can read about, the kind you earn with pain, regret, reflection, and growth. So, which of these 13 lessons hit you the hardest? Have you gone through a screw-up that completely changed how you see life? Share your story in the comments. I want to hear from you. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more eye-opening insights. Until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and stay limitless.